and especially not going to a majority draw. This is a win for Manny Pacquiao. I'm just going to say it.
I don't think that Mario did enough to win. I don't think he did enough for a draw.
If you have world-class judges, why can't they make a decision? Why can't you go one way or the other? You know what I'm saying? A draw seems very weird to me, but...
In the aftermath of last weekend's majority draw between Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios, Pacquiao's team has officially filed an appeal with the WBC, challenging the verdict. Many, including Pacquiao himself, insist he had done enough to secure the win, noting that two judges scored it 114 to 114, while only one favored Barrios 115 to 113. His performance, remarkable after a 4-year absence, earned widespread praise. Now, Pacquiao's camp is pushing for a full review and the possibility of a rematch, determined to overturn what they view as a controversial call that robbed him of a historic title.
Manny, the fans came out for you again tonight, but describe what you thought of the judge's decision.
I mean, I thought I won by split decision, like, it's a close fight, but I thought I won.
Didn't look like a 46-year-old tonight. How did you feel inside the ring?
I feel good, like, I feel happy, like 2 months training, like although short, but it's enough. Like, I want to train like 3 months or 10 months, but I start late because of the election in the country.
What worked for you tonight, and what was missing late in the fight?
Missing late in the fight, like the last two rounds, like that cramps probably by me. It's okay.
But the rest of the fight, you look great. What happens now, Manny? Because there was options for you moving forward. There was even talks of a Floyd Mayweather fight. What do you see going on next in you?
Oh, that's another story. Like, let's talk about it. Like, good for me. Like, I'm in shape again.
Do you feel that you have what it takes to be a world champion once again?
Yeah, I think so. Like, I can still do it. For 2 months training, 4 years lay off, and then 2 months training, like,
Unshaken after the majority draw in his return fight against Mario Barrios, Manny Pacquiao declared he was convinced he'd won. "I thought I won the fight. It was close, but my opponent was very tough," he told reporters, firmly standing by his effort. CompuBox stats backed him up. Pacquiao landed 81 power shots to Barrios' 75, dominating the pivotal middle rounds. Trainer Freddie Roach scored 8-4 for Manny. Despite the ruling, Pacquiao's focus hasn't wavered. He's calling for a rematch and is set on adding another chapter to his legacy while inspiring his countrymen.
But I thought, although the decision is not really favor to me, like, I'm sad, but I did my best. Being a no fight for 4 years, I'm happy for my performance tonight. So thank you to all your support.
I feel I won. Me and my team feel, that we won, and we're very proud of what I showed, and I'm still just thankful to be holding my title.
I think although my performance is good tonight, but I'm not satisfied of my combination tonight. I should throw a lot of punches and more aggressive to knock him out. I thought that after the 12 rounds, I won the fight. Like my analysis, like I won 8-4. That's my analysis for the fight. But the thing is, I'm surprised with the announcement. It's draw. So I did my best in the ring. The fans is it's so happy of my performance. But don't worry, Pac-Man is back, so I'm still here. Most of the fans, they're expecting that, they thought that I won the fight. And although at age of 46, the Pac-Man is still there, he's still giving a good fight to the people, to the fans, you know. That's why I'm so thankful to God because He gave me the strength and good health.
MP Promotion CEO Sean Gibbons blasted the majority draw in Manny Pacquiao's fight with Mario Barrios, calling it proof of boxing's dark side. Gibbons argued Pacquiao clearly outclassed Barrios, landing more power punches, 81-75, and controlling the middle rounds, yet was denied by suspect judging. He claimed the outcome reeked of bias and political influence. This isn't just a bad decision. It's a stain on the sport, Gibbons said, demanding an investigation and complete transparency in scoring. His remarks have fueled wider discussions on the urgent need for reform and accountability in boxing.
Many lose cleanly. If you have world-class judges, why can't they make a decision? Why can't you go one way or the other? You know what I'm saying? A draw seems very weird to me, but I'm very proud of Manny because he spent 7 weeks preparing for this. The guy ran for an election for 3-4 months, did not train at all, did not fight for 4 years. The guy I watched put 7 weeks of training in. It's incredible. And to be robbed of the chance to make history, it's just sickening. I hate this sport. I really hate boxing. This is the ugly side of it. This is the side I've done it for 37 years, makes me just want to get out of it. Because it's so sad to me.
What are your thoughts on the rematch that they asked Barrios about?
Fuck Mario Barrios. Who the fuck wants to see him? Manny Pacquiao beat Mario Barrios. Fuck Mario Barrios. Not in a bad way. I like him. Well, fuck him. Manny Pacquiao beat Mario Barrios. Why should he? What does he need to fight him again for? You know, if Manny wants to continue fighting, there's fighters like Rolly Romero. There's fighters like Gervonta Davis. There's guys out there. But I would never, well, I say never, it's not my decision, it's Manny's. But when you do what you did and win a fight like that.
Veteran broadcaster Jim Gray was blunt following the Pacquiao Barrios draw, insisting Manny unquestionably won and calling the result an embarrassment for boxing. Gray argued the decision ignored Pacquiao's clear superiority. His power shots, relentless pressure, and ring control painted a different picture than the judges' tallies. His outrage matched that of many analysts who believe the result was mishandled. For Gray, this verdict damages trust in the sport and underscores a need for immediate reforms in judging, particularly in high-stakes championship bouts.
I thought Manny Pacquiao won. Yes, I did. I'm not a judge, but it's clear to me and clear to my eyes. And it's a shame. It's a shame for boxing. 2 judges who, can't decide who the winner is. Really? Barrios the champion. I guess you have to beat the champion, and I guess in their eyes they didn't clearly do that. But to me, it was an astounding, amazing, outstanding performance by a 46-year-old man. This is one of the all-time great performances.
Two-time former welterweight champion Sean Porter was livid after the majority draw in Manny Pacquiao's comeback fight with Mario Barrios, calling it a slap in the face of fans and an insult to boxing justice. Porter argued Barrios never dictated the pace and lacked steady bodywork, making it hard to give him rounds. "I thought Manny won, hands down," he said, slamming the scoring as incompetence. Porter even questioned the judge's grasp of Pacquiao's style. His frustration mirrored that of fans and pundits, adding to the growing outrage over the controversial decision.
Listen, we've seen Manny on the end of bad decisions before. Timothy Bradley, excuse me. The Jeff Horn fight, shout out to Tim. I know how you feel about that. Family. But this is what he's got to deal with. You can't go through a camp, do what you just did right there. We saw all of heart, everything that we've always seen from Manny, and this is the result. Shout out to Mario. He made the fight difficult just from being a big guy who is a better boxer than I realized, came to the ring with a true game plan to try to box and be patient, find openings and things of that nature. I don't think that Mario did enough to win. I don't think he did enough for a draw. I think that there was a lot more that he could have done. But the main thing is the style that he chose to box was actually a good style to use against Manny Pacquiao. They were saying that they were going to come right to the middle of the ring, and they did. But they came to the middle of the ring, and then they circled, they moved, they worked behind the jab. Not enough jabs, not enough of everything for Mario.
On the Wade concept, host Wade Plemons described the majority draw as a moral win for Manny Pacquiao. noting that at 46 and returning after 3 years, he exceeded all expectations against the reigning world champion. Plemons argued that Mario Barrios, despite holding the WBC belt, fought cautiously and lacked the urgency of a champion. He criticized Barrios for failing to dominate an older, smaller opponent, suggesting that with 2 straight title fights ending in draws, Barrios might be the weakest active world champ. His hesitant approach and limited offense, Plemons added, damaged both his credibility and the reputation of today's welterweight division.
So we are back on The Weight Concept presented by The Ring Magazine. And folks, I just watched Manny Pacquiao, that's right, 8-division world champion and 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao, off a 3-year layoff Manny Pacquiao, off a loss before the 3-year layoff Manny Pacquiao, go to a majority draw with a world champion in a title fight in 2025. What the just happened? The breakdown. Let's go.
He is the star of Weight Concept.
So like I said, Manny Pacquiao, 2025, fighting for a world championship is not something you expect me to hear. Number one, especially off the 3-year layoff, especially at 147, especially off a loss, and especially not going to a majority draw. This is a win for Manny Pacquiao. I'm just going to say it. Tonight, he fought Mario Barrios on PBC, on Amazon Prime Video for the WBC World Championship. Mario Barrios, I like the guy, but it has to be said, when you have 2 of your last title defenses ending in a split draw and a majority draw, you may be the worst title holder in boxing right now. I'm sorry. That's not comparing him to being a shitty boxer. It's just saying that as of right now, he might be the worst world champion in boxing. It may be one of the worst I've seen in a while. Also, kind of unrelated, this kind of looks bad for Tank Davis's record because that was supposed to be a stalwart win on Tank's career when he moved up to 140 and beat Barrios for the belt there. But now it's not looking so good because 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao just went to a majority draw, and you can argue that Manny Pacquiao should have won the fight.
Manny Pacquiao came out strong, controlling the early rounds with his trademark speed and power. But as the fight wore on, fatigue set in, and Mario Barrios took advantage, upping his offense late in the bout. That late push earned Barrios a majority draw, with one judge giving him the edge at 115 to 113, and 2 others scoring at 114 to 114. The result allowed Barrios to keep his WBC welterweight title, despite Pacquiao's dominant start.
Manny Pacquiao, off the 3-year layoff, 46, didn't look great against Ugas in his last one. You had to think, okay, well, Barrios beat Ugas kind of decisively. This is going to go one way and one way only. Barrios potentially by stoppage or decision. That's not what happened. Barrios was so tentative in this fight. He was essentially standing there for some of the exchanges. Manny Pacquiao came out and did what Manny Pacquiao does. By the way, credit to Manny. At 46, he still had some feet. He was moving, dancing on Mario Barrios. He was throwing combination punches going forward on Mario Barrios. And when he wasn't doing that, he was countering Mario Barrios, who looked like a stick in the mud. He looked like he couldn't even get out of first gear because Manny was hitting with combination.
Many analysts believe Manny Pacquiao clearly won at least 6 rounds, dazzling with his speed and pinpoint combinations that electrified the crowd. Even Mario Barrios admitted afterward that Pacquiao remains an extraordinary fighter with unexpected punching power. What infuriated fans most was a razor-thin margin on the scorecards. Just one more round in Pacquiao's favor, and he would have left with a victory instead of a majority draw.
Oh my God, it's an experience, and it's another element opponents have to face. And then all of a sudden, Manny just starts cooking. He's just like, and Freddie said it, like he has this good 6th round, and Freddie was just like, you get him with a 5-punch combination, I think you can get him out of here. Now, I don't know if he was ever at that point. I can't say that Barrios was ever really in danger, but I think Freddie was right. Like, I just think that if Manny showed the threat, I just think it froze Barrios for all these rounds. And so he had a run of like 4 straight. And at my point, he's up on the scorecards, 87-84, which meant all he needed was one more round in my mind. And I was pretty in line with the TV broadcast. I think that we had a little bit of a swing on 8, I think 8 was a little closer, or 9 was a little closer, excuse me. But all he needed was one more round. And mind you, I bet on him, but I was like, Barrios comes out in the 10th. His trainer's like, hey man, you can't respect this guy. And it's tough because Manny pulls these tricks like where he's like trying to delay coming out of the ring because his tape's messed up, or he's like messing with the guy saying, hey, you're hitting me low, and even the ref had to be like, Manny, I'll determine if he's hitting low. But he's so charming. You just look at him and you're like, I can't get mad at him. But Barrios comes down that 10th, has some really good body work, and you're like, all right, I think he took that one. So then it's 96-94. Get to the next round, Barrios, he has some that was the closest that you could have probably leaned Pacquiao, in my mind. But Barrios had some flurries. It just looked like he was getting better up, and it kind of looked like Manny was starting to wear down a little bit.
Boxing insiders have slammed the majority draw as flat out wrong. They highlight Pacquiao's clear edge, landing more power shots, 81-75, and controlling the key middle rounds as undeniable proof he deserved the win. Instead, the judges handed Barrios a belt-preserving draw, with one even scoring for him despite Pacquiao's early dominance. Critics say the verdict simply didn't match the action that unfolded inside the ring.
It makes guys like Manny Pacquiao want to come back to the sport of boxing and fix this garbage. Let me go back to the sport of boxing. That's what we're talking about right now in the welterweight division, the rematch between Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. And Manny Pacquiao will beat Floyd Mayweather in the rematch. I said it. I like Floyd, a legendary fighter, but I believe how Manny Pacquiao fought yesterday, and we haven't seen Floyd Mayweather. I know he's still in shape, but this Manny Pacquiao and the footwork that he displayed yesterday, and like he said in the post-fight interview, he threw a little bit more punching, but of course he's 46 years old. But I'm just saying, even at 46 years old, he's better than all these guys. He'll knock out Devin Haney, like worse than Ryan Garcia did.
Phil Martin weighed in on the controversial draw between Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios, saying he was convinced Pacquiao had done enough to win. His stance echoed that of countless fans and analysts who felt the scoring didn't reflect the fight's reality. Still, Martin acknowledged the official result, pointing to the widening gap between public perception and judges' decisions in boxing. He also suggested a rematch might never happen, further frustrating those already upset by the outcome.
I've just seen a draw between Pacquiao and Barrios tonight. What do you think?
It was a great fight, and Pacquiao put on a hell of a performance, and much respect to Barrios as well. It takes two to tango, so it's just an overall great fight.
Who did you have winning?
I personally thought Manny put it out, and I feel like he deserved a win. But it's boxing, and I'm not mad at a draw either.
Do you want to see a rematch, or do you think they should both fight other people?
I don't think I want to see a rematch. Manny did. It was a great fight. I think we should just leave it at that. I would like to see Pacquiao and Mayweather too. That's really the fight I want to see. And
Carmel on the undercard.
Definitely, absolutely. And so, that would be a huge card.
What do you think of Barrios in there tonight?
I don't know. I think Pacquiao's style was kind of throwing him off. I've heard a lot of very skilled fighters say that Pacquiao was real hard to, get the rhythm of. He's real awkward.
Max Kellerman, former HBO boxing analyst and now with ESPN, has long argued that Manny Pacquiao has a legitimate claim as the second best, or even the greatest, pound-for-pound boxer in history. On Max on Boxing, Kellerman highlighted Pacquiao's extraordinary climb from flyweight to welterweight, capturing titles in 8 different divisions. He stressed that Pacquiao achieved this while consistently facing top-tier opponents, many of them naturally bigger and stronger, cementing his place among the sport's all-time elite.
Yeah, and then pound for pound. See, Pacquiao he started as a flyweight champ. Not just he started his career there. He was the champion at flyweight and then moved up. There are so many divisions between flyweight and junior middleweight where he also won a belt. Even the fact that he could compete with Floyd Mayweather, who's a naturally bigger guy and one of the greatest pure boxers. Pacquiao's overall body of work, you could have him second pound for pound behind Sugar Ray Robinson.
How come I'm watching highlights of him knocking people out though, as little as he is, man?
Oh, that dude. It's the calves, man. He's got those fast twitchies and those big calves jump in on you, and and generate a lot of power. Crazy hand speed and power from a southpaw. Really awkward, hard to beat, lightning fast. Pacquiao was all that.
Oscar de la Hoya didn't hold back when discussing Manny Pacquiao's return at 46. While recognizing Pacquiao's legendary legacy, he issued a blunt warning. Age is age. He's going against a young, hungry fighter with skills and high punch output. De La Hoya added, training hard and feeling great is one thing, but stepping into a real fight in your 40s is something else entirely. His message was clear. Respect Pacquiao's discipline, but never overlook the unstoppable reality of time.
Obviously, because, we shared the ring, but age is age. I mean, you just never know. He's going in against a young fighter, who's hungry, obviously, who has the skills, who has the punch output. Hey, Manny, go out there, do your thing. Use your thick calf legs to just run circles around him. Oh, I can't wait.
Fernando Vargas offered a frank yet respectful view of Manny Pacquiao's bout with Mario Barrios. Vargas admitted Pacquiao wasn't his prime, but praised his determination. He left everything in the ring. He pointed to Manny's speed, ring IQ, and power as standout traits, remarkable for a fighter just 2 months into training and facing a reigning champion. While majority draw left him unsatisfied, Vargas said the crowd's reaction proved Pacquiao's enduring impact. The late push by Barrios swayed the judges, but a performance has fueled rematch demands and renewed debate over judging. Win or lose the appeal, Vargas believes Pacquiao showed he's still a force to be reckoned with.
114.
I thought Manny won.
Close fight. I think Manny did a good job towards the end. Last round I gave it to Barrios, but the last five rounds, the 12,
I had the same way.
It was Manny Pacquiao. I thought Barrios was going to take it, but I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Well,
great job by Manny Pacquiao. Was 46 years old.
4 years old, 46. Look,
yeah, I mean,
and boxing, so people can't say that you're biased or you're just straight.
I think he did great. I mean,
I think
for
he
his
won.
age,
Regardless,
it's not the money that we used to know, but.
Do you think Manny Pacquiao was robbed? Should the fight be overturned or run back in a rematch? Share your take in the comments below.